We've reached the first state, pashyanti, the peace that passes understanding. Now listen to the second state. Consciousness devoid of mind is all light, free from darkness and beautiful like space. Beautiful like space. It's clear, there's clarity. There is lightness, which means there's no problem. It's all light. There's no longer a struggle. The truth has been realized. The tendencies which distract us from the truth, these tendencies have been realized as well. It's been realized that there's nothing to be gained by going along with these tendencies. There's no darkness, and it's beautiful like space. The infinite consciousness frees itself totally from all modification or duality, and remains as if in deep sleep, or as a figure in uncut marble. The notion of it being like a figure in uncut marble might not resonate. But imagine what the uncut marble is like to a sculptor. There's infinite potential there. So we're in appreciation of that infinite potential, but we're not actualizing that potential. We're not getting caught up in all the things that can be produced from it. We're in a state of appreciation only of the infinite potential. I suppose this is one way of looking at white canvases. You occasionally see an exhibit in a gallery of a white canvas. There's nothing been done to it. The point here is that it's actually all paintings, all possibilities. And this is what we can be aware of. That infinite potential. It abandons even the factors of time and space and transcends both inertness and motion. Inertness and motion here could be relating to the mind. So we're no longer interested in keeping the mind still. And we're no longer caught up in the motion of the mind. So we're neither interested in being mentally quiescent or in getting caught up in the notions of the mind. It remains as pure being, beyond expression. It transcends the three states of consciousness and remains as the fourth, or the state of undivided infinite consciousness. So the three states of consciousness are waking, dreaming and sleeping. So the fourth state is the state of realization, or the state of consciousness, the state of self-remembering. So we've had pashyanti, we've had what we could call the state of pure consciousness. Now comes the third state. This is beyond even what is termed Brahman, the self, etc. It is sometimes referred to as Turiya-atita, beyond the fourth or Turiya state. It is supreme and ultimate. It defies description, for it is beyond the practices which are described by those who undertake them. This is getting our talk of Brahman into perspective. We get quite blasé perhaps when we're talking about Brahman, about the absolute. And very subtle conceptualizations can creep in there. This third state, which is beyond the fourth state, which is the state of realization, state of wakefulness, state of Brahman. It reminds us we cannot talk about Brahman. We cannot talk about it. In talking about it, we are sinking from realization of the truth, realization of Brahman. So we have to be quite clear and drop all notions of Brahman, all notions of wakefulness, and all notions, no matter how lofty. So that's the third state. O sage, remain forever in that third state. That is the real worship of the Lord. Then you will be established in that which is beyond what is and what is not. Nothing has been created, and there is nothing to vanish. It is beyond the one and the two. It is the eternal, beyond the eternal and the transient. It's beyond the eternal and the transient. It is pure mass of consciousness. This is an interesting expression, mass of consciousness. It's got its weight, it's got its own gravitational pull. Consciousness is no longer struggling to remember itself. It's no longer in danger of being hijacked by the notions which arise within it. It's got its own pull, its own gravitational pull. In it there is no question of diversity. It is all. It is supreme blessedness and peace. It is beyond expression. It is purest Om. It is transcendent. It is supreme. Valmiki said, having said this, the Lord Shiva remained in silent and deep contemplation for some time. So this chapter represents a very, very deep realization, so much so that the Lord rests established in it, and there's no more dialogue.